Oh, welcome back, folks. Right, this is actually part 2 of today's videos. I've done one just a second ago. It was about camping for the newbies, the kids on the block, the whippers. Just a few camping tips for them so they don't get ripped off when they first start camping. Only you know, use your brains. Use your brains. Don't get ripped off. Don't go for the brand names all the time. Anyway, that was that. This is this. Technology on bikes. We've got sat navs and phones and everything these days. So much we can go on a bike. This is my bike. This is my technology. This is what I do. Come on. Oh, before we go, what technology have you got on your bike? I want to know. I don't want to know about your sat nav. They're common as muck these days, sat navs. Everybody's got a sat nav. You ain't all got one like I've got, but you've all got a sat nav either in your phone or a device, you know, especially if you've got a BMW. It is still the best drink of the day. But have any of you fitted one of these? For those that don't want, this is it's that, so you can put your charger in that. Is it 2 types there? 5 volts 1 amp and 5 volts 2.1 amp. So various power going through that. That's that side, and this side is your old. Do you still call it cigarette lighter? Do you still call it cigarette lighter? I don't know if you do. Power socket, power point. I suppose they're both power points on it of some kind. Anyway, that's it. I'm thinking of putting that on my bike. Has any of you got one of this type of thing on your bike? Of any kind of, bike's already got a cigarette lighter on it. I'm thinking of changing that for one of these. Let me know. I want to know what you put on yours. Please. It's polite, isn't it? Yeah. Right, so let's go. Right. What that is, we've done this before. I've done it in an early video. It's this one is a Lenovo 7-inch tablet, and it's held on the bike by Velcro at the bottom. You can't really see that, but it's Velcro at the bottom and a little tab at the top. And if I undo that tab, like that, it comes off. There you go, Velcro at the bottom. I chose to use this tablet for 2 reasons. One, because it's shaped like that at the bottom, so you get a nice purchase on the Velcro, and 2, because it's the right size. Now I'm going to go into apps now. Visor down, refreshment. Right, we're going to go into this. On, let me get a reflection. Oh no, you got a couple of apps on that. Now you Google Maps. Wait a minute. Right. That's better. Hello. Right now. So your Google Maps, which is there, it's all right. Google Maps is all right, but if you go out of the country, like abroad, then you can't use Google Maps because it just doesn't work properly. I've never. Well, somebody tell me it does, because I've never had it that it works properly when you go across the channel. Never. But this one does. This one is called Sigic. There you go, Sigic. And that one works wherever you are. Now it always comes up with that, and we get rid of that. Where are we? Get rid of that. That's your sales page to get into your premium, but don't bother with that. That comes up with that. and that tells you, and that's exactly where I am now. Now it's not connected to the internet, it's just purely on GPS, which ain't bad. And as you can see, it tells you that 75 is the temperature today. You've got your speed there, the volume's off, and times and miles an hour and all that. And it's kilometres an hour, which is always handy, because when you go abroad, when you go to France, Holland, when you go France, Holland, or whatever you go into Europe, it's all kilometres. So you need kilometres an hour on your blah blah. So I'd highly recommend Cigic. Let's get out of there. Right, and the app looks like that. Okay, it's called Cigic Car, and it looks like that. Okay. The other one that I started looking at was Waze. Waze. They always come up with this bloody advert first. Right. I am there. There you go. That's where I am. There you go. That's where I am. And this again is really good. I've not used this abroad. I don't know if it works in France, wherever, but it's a good app. And again, in the corner, you got your miles an hour. You got your search bar for where you want to go, and this thing. With the Waze thing, it tells you. You got the other options like that. Look, there you go. Fuel prices, cameras, traffic, police. Even there's all these other options that you can click on, and whatever. But you have to earn points to use these things. Let's have a look. Let's go on. I don't know. We'll go on traffic. No, just the first one. We'll click on that. There you go. So it tells you whatever, and what you're doing is you're inputting. So Waze, let's come out of that. With that Waze, and it's again WAZE. Right. So with that one, it's more of a participation thing. You're getting feedback from other drivers, and you can give drivers your feedback on traffic and routes and whatever. I think that's the way it works. Like I said, I've not tried it. I'm going to try it. I'll let you know in a later video how that works. Now, one of the things that I found that did, it wasn't annoying, it's just a little glitch that I found with using Cigic when you was abroad. Now, when you go back to Cigic, go back to Cigic. Come on, Cigic, wake up. When you go back to Cigic, down visor. When you got the bottom there, kilometres an hour, when you're on the bike going down the road in bright sunlight, you can't see that, and that is, it's an issue for me, because I like to know how fast I'm going so I don't get a ticket off the gendarmes or whatever the Dutch version of gendarmes is, or German version is, whatever. Yeah. So what I did was I downloaded something called Ulysses, and it looks like that. You can change that. You've got your GPS, you've got your miles. All this is adjustable. I won't go over it now with you. It's all adjustable, but you can change that middle from miles an hour to kilometres an hour just by changing all these different figures. I'm not going to go and do a full app review on one of these, because I'm not selling these apps. If somebody gets in touch with me from the makers of these apps and says, listen, we appreciate what you're doing, we'll do this for you if you do a review on our app, then yeah, fine, I'll do it. But I don't do nothing for nothing. At the minute, that's what I use. I recommend it. It's up to you whether you want to do the same thing. obviously I've got, excuse me, if you're wondering what that tin rolling around sound is, it's what I'm sitting on is a box on wheels, which I made myself. And yeah, which I made myself. When it ain't full up, it sounds like a load of beer tins rolling around in the bottom. That just makes me thirsty. Anyway, right. Don't see that or not? See, let's move it over. There you go. But I like that one. The map's nice and big. The map is clear. The only problem I've got is the kilometres an hour. My Speedo, my Harley Speedo, it's got miles an hour, but it hasn't got kilometres on it. I suppose they didn't truly believe that this bike would ever reach Europe. So that's my only glitch with it. Other than that, I'm really happy with it. I'm really happy with it. And the bike, of course. But my question to you is, what technology have you got on your bike? That's what this is about. It's about technology on a bike. What tech have you got on your bike? And what tech would you recommend I put on my bike? I'm not one of these fellas that potters around locally. When I'm on my bike, I want to go somewhere. So what tech do you recommend? Because we live in a technical society. So what tech would you recommend I put on my bike to make my biking experience better? Because that's what it's all about, making it better. Technology for the betterment of all of us. They call it progress. Anyway, there you go. So, have you got one of these? Because at the minute I've got an cigarette lighter. See that? Look at it. If it's 20 years old, it's going to have one of these. And the radio's not. It's not a disc player. It's a cassette player. Because I've got a cassette player, I have one of these. And it's that in plugs into me phone or my MP3 player, and I can listen to my music like that. I've already got one of. Where is it? What you done with it? You nicked it already. Where is it? I've already got something that's missing. Anyway, what I was saying is I've already got that, but the plug into the cigarette lighter version. And all I was going to do was I was going to take that cigarette lighter off and put another hole next to it, and then just put that where the cigarette lighter is. I don't know if that'd work or not. I don't know. So any help is good. Try and knock my bike over here. Carry on. That is for a sat-nav. Now, when I am just pootling around here or going somewhere more local, if I pop down to my dad's I suppose and things like that, I might just use that sat-nav, because although I know where I'm going, if there's roadworks or diversions or anything like that on the way, it's always handy to have that little sat-nav there, just to get me around the diversion. So I use that one for going long distance, and I use that one for going short distance. There's going to be some of you saying, well, why do you need both? I agree with you. I totally agree with you. So let me know. I think that's about it. Just a short video. Next video is going to be about something else. I don't know yet. Well, I do know. I do know what it is. We're going to talk about fines. Not fines as in you've been naughty, you're fined, but find, F-I-N-D-S. It's about fines. This old... Oh God, that was wrong. That was wrong. I wish I could edit that out, but I can't. It's too late. One of my neighbours down the road had a toolbox. I told this chair's on wheels, didn't I? So we can wheel it around. See this? It's a shame the camera's on a tripod. But look at this. Right. There. My neighbour, he had that sticking under an old trailer that's in his front garden. And I could do with a little toolbox. Just, you know, these tiny toolboxes. You know, just because I think the tray is ever so handy. But I said to him, I said, can I have that toolbox? He said, yeah, help yourself. So I did. And it's full of stuff. It's probably full of worms, I don't know. But in the next video, we're going to go through that. I'm going to open it. I've not opened. I know it's open, but I've not gone into it. So I'm going to go into that and see what's in there, and that'll be under Ed's Sheds Finds, F-I-N-D-S. So until the next time, take care out there. Stay clear of the idiots. Plenty of them. I'll see you there. Oh, hi Toots. Black's still there, Toots.